guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm sharing with you today the #1 reason that your concealer is creasing underneath your eyes by the end of the day. You want to see how to prevent your under eyes from creasing throughout the day, then just keep watching. Hi, my name is Ariel. I have been a makeup artist for 10 plus years now, and since I am no longer doing makeup, I am going to share with you here my best tips and tricks for you to achieve everyday, really pretty, soft, easy makeup that is achievable at home, hacks, tips, tricks, all the things. So if you are interested in that, then be sure you subscribe down below so you don't miss out on my next video. The #1 reason your concealer is creasing underneath your eye is because you are applying foundation first underneath your concealer. Let me tell you why this is bad, and then also the proper way to apply concealer so that you don't have creasing throughout the day. The reason you don't want to apply primer, foundation, all of these things underneath your eyes is that the more product you have underneath your concealer, the more chance you're gonna have that it is going to crease, because all of those different ingredients, oils, silicones, everything, it's building up, and it has to have somewhere to go. It is going to go into the lines, it's going to cake up, crease, it's going to get patchy and gross by the end of the day. To avoid this, the first thing we are not going to do, we are not going to put primer underneath our eyes. So the second thing that we're going to do, we are not going to put foundation up underneath or around our eyes. The only thing that should go underneath your eyes is your moisturizer and your concealer. If you want to use a corrector, that's fine. Those are made to go underneath your concealers. They're going to be a very lightweight product for the concealer to lay on top of. So what I want you to do, this is how I want you to start doing your makeup so you don't have creasing underneath your eyes by the end of the day. I want you to get up, I want you to, wash your face, tone your face, do your skincare. I want you to apply the tiniest bit of either your eye cream, your regular moisturizer, whatever it is. I want you to apply that underneath your eyes, okay? We're gonna let that sink in. We're gonna go have a cup of coffee, get our kids to school, whatever it is that you do in the morning before you do your makeup. So give yourself a good 10, 15, 30 minutes for that cream to really soak in. We're gonna come and get ready to do our makeup. If you use a primer, apply your primer, but you're going to stop right here. You're going to stop around the orbital bone. It is not going to have any primer added to it. So you're only going to put your primer on your cheeks, your T-zone, and your forehead. You're not going to apply it underneath your eyes or on top of your eyelids. No primer on the eyes. Second thing is you're gonna go in with your foundation. You're gonna take your brush, your sponge, whatever you use, and you're gonna do the same thing that we did with the primer, starting on your cheeks for the most product coverage, and then you're gonna move up and around. So you're gonna go about up to where that orbital bone, that cheekbone right here, is gonna stop, right? So you're gonna start to see the under eye. So this whole area right here is gonna have nothing on it. You're gonna look a little crazy, but it's gonna be okay. It's gonna all come together when you put that concealer on. The next thing that you're gonna do, so we have our primer on, we have our foundation on, and we have nothing on this eye area right here. Now we are going to add our concealer. What you're gonna wanna do is take a little bit of your concealer. So for me, my favorite concealer is the Tarte Shape Tape. This is what I use, pretty much would recommend for anyone, but you have to know how to use it correctly. We're gonna take our concealer brush and we are going to actually brush most of the concealer off of our applicator like this. Then you're going to go in and dot your concealer in each corner. This tip is specifically for my ladies that have lines underneath their eyes and their concealer is really creasing throughout the day. So you are 45, 50 plus. You're gonna take your finger as your applicator and you're going to press in the concealer right there where you have applied it, and you're really gonna work it in with the warmth of your finger. Then you're gonna do one eye at a time. So you're immediately going to take your powder If you want a luxury powder, the Givenchy, I will link it down below. I'll put a picture right here. Take your powder, take a big fluffy eyeshadow brush, dip a little bit in your powder, and then pat. You're gonna pat underneath your eye so that that powder really sinks in. Don't swipe because you're gonna move the product underneath and use less product. That's the #1 way to make your under eyes look younger, is to use less product. Another quick hack is make sure that your brush or your sponge that you're applying your concealer with is a fresh, clean sponge, and it's only been used for concealer. So if I'm using a sponge underneath my eyes, that is a dedicated under eye sponge. My favorite is the e.l.f. You can use whatever sponge you want, you can use whatever brush you want, but make sure you aren't mixing like your foundation brush with the concealer going underneath your eye, because then you're putting those oils that are in the foundation that are meant for your tough skin of your face, not your delicate under eye, with the concealer. So then you're gonna have creasing because you're making this oily product, you're putting it underneath your eyes, and it's not really concealer, it's a foundation concealer that you kind of mix together. So make sure you're using a clean brush. If you don't have a clean brush, use your ring finger. Super easy. I'll clean my sponge that I use for concealer about every third time. So I make sure I'm not getting caked up, dried product on my fresh application of concealer, because that's a really good way you can avoid getting cakey under eyes, is to use a clean applicator every single time. And while I understand that's probably not realistic for most people, at least try to clean it once a week so that you can get a fresh application every time and avoid those under eye creases. If you enjoy this video and you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. That lets other people know that my video was helpful. For more makeup hacks, tips, and tricks, be sure you hit subscribe down below, and I will catch you in my next video.